Om Swastiastu. Hello everyone, my name is Angkora Putavetas with student ID number 22055311103 from Logam Padon Industry class, and today I'm going to present to you about chapter 5, Ferrous Metal and Alloy. This chapter discusses about how iron-based alloy are produced, their main properties, and how they're used in various industry. Next. Okay. The main source of this presentation is Manufacturing, Engineering, and Technology, the 6th edition by Serop Kalpajikan and Stephen R. Smith. This chapter titled Ferrous Metal and Alloy, Production, General Properties, and Application. It focuses on ferrous metal, which are iron-based alloy, and such as carbon steel and alloy steel. Next. The ferrous metal are material that contain iron. Their main element there include carbon steel, alloy steel, stainless steel, cast iron. These materials are essential in engineering and manufacturing because they combine strength, durability, cost effectiveness. And in this chapter, we will learn about how they are produced, classified, and applied in the industry. Okay, next. Okay, the production of iron steel begins with the extraction of iron ore from natural resources. The raw materials such as iron ore, coke, and the limestone are fed to the blast furnace where chemical reaction occur to produce molten iron, also known as pig iron. This process removes most impurities and provide the base for material steel making. Next is the molten iron is produced in the blast furnace and then converted into steel. This is done using the process such as basic oxygen furnace or BOF or the electric arc furnace EAF. In this furnace, controlled amount of oxygen are blown into the molten iron to remove excess carbon and other impurity. The result is high quality steel with the desired chemical composition, ready for further processing or casting. Next. Okay, the continuous casting is modern process that replaces traditional ingot casting. The molten steel is solidified directly into slab, billets, or blooms without first reforming ingots. The advantages include less waste, better mechanical properties, and higher efficiency. This process improves the quality of steel while lowering production costs. Okay, next. Okay. In this section, we will discuss the different types of carbon alloy steels. The steel is an alloy of iron and carbon and may also contain the other elements to improve performance. The properties of steel can be controlled by adjusting its composition and heat treatment. We will explore several subtopics including a residual element, steel designation, and various categories such as carbon steel, alloy steel, and high-strength alloy steel. Okay, next. Okay, during steelmaking, some residual element or trace impurity may remain in the material. This include antimony, arsenic, hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen, and tin. Although they are present in small amount, this element can affect strength, toughness, and corrosion resistance. Therefore, controlling these elements is essential to ensure the desired quality of steel. Next. Okay, next is designation for steel. Steel are classified using standard numbering system developed by organizations such as AISI, SAE, ASTM, and UNS. The AISI or SAE system 4 digits are used. The first 2 digits show the main alloying elements. The last 2 digits show the carbon content by weight, and the UNS system use the letter followed by 5 digits. For example, G41300 represent ASI 4130 alloy, and steel 3100108 represent ASI A82 steel. The system ensure uniformity in identifying steel grade worldwide. Okay, next is the steel are classified based on their carbon content. Low carbon steel are soft and ductile, easy to shape, and the medium carbon steel are stronger use for the shaft and gears. Next. Okay, next is alloy steel contains significant amount of alloying elements such as nickel, chromium, molybdenum, and vanadium. and these elements prove properties like strength, hardness, toughness, and resistant to fatigue or wear. The structural grade alloy steel are used in the construction and transportation, while others are in high performance on engineering application. This steel can be heat treated to achieve the desired mechanical properties. Next is high strength low alloy steel, or HSLA steel. HSLA were developed to improve the strength to weight ratio. They were first introduced in 1930s, and they widely used automotive and structural application. The types include BH or bake hardenable, DP or dual phase, strip or transformation induced plasticity, TWIP is twinning induced plasticity, and MRT is Martinistic, and CP or complex phase. These steels provide high strength with good ductility and firmability, like you can see in this figure. Next is the table 5.3, which show the mechanical properties of selected advanced high strength steel, or AHSS. The table lists several types of steel, such as bake hardenable HSLA and strength low alloy DP, TRIP, TYAP, MART, and the CP. Each type has different level of UTS, yield, elongation, and strength hardening. For example, bake hardenable steel have relatively low strength but high ductility, while Martinistic steel have very high strength up to 1,500 MPa. 1,500 MPa, and these comparisons show the engineer can choose the appropriate steel type depending on the balance between the strength, firmability, and the energy absorption required for a specific application. Next is table 5.4, which represent AASE designation for high steel sheet steel. The table shows how different types of steel identified according to their yield steel, chemical composition, and the oxidation practice. The yield strength values range from 240 to 970 MPa, which indicate how much stress the material can withstand before deforming permanently. The chemical composition is marked by letters such as S for structural quality, X for low alloy, W for weathering steel, and D for dual phase steel. And the oxidation practice refers how oxygen is removed from the molten steel. K means for killed steel, O means for non-killed steel, and F means for killed plus sulfide inclusion control. For example, a steel marked as 50XF means minimum yield strength of 50 KSI with alloy steel. Next we move to ultra high strength steel, or UHSS. These steel are engineered to deliver very high tensile and yield strength with keeping useful ductility. So they are widely used in automotive crash resistant structure. The main families are DP, TRIP, TYAP, MART, and CP. Compared to conventional grade, UHSS improve safety and allow weight reduction because thinner section can reach the required at the same time. Forming and fabrication require careful control to avoid cracking and achieve desired properties. Next is table 5.5, which lists the mechanical properties and typical applications. Selected annealed stainless steel. At room temperature, stainless steel have high chromium content, typically 10 to 12% or more, which form a protective oxide layer that give them excellent corrosion resistance. The table compares several grades of stainless steel such as IEC 303, 304 until 416, showing their tensile strength, yield strength, elongation, and common application. Next is the table 5.6, which show the basic type of tool and die steel according to the IEC classification system. The tool die steel are special alloy designed for cutting, shaping, and forming other material. Each type is identified by a specific number combination that indicate its composition and intended use. Next is Table 5.7, which summarizes the processing and surface characteristic of common tool and die steel. The table compares different ASI designations such as M2, T1, T5, H11, D2, D3, H21, H26, and P20, showing their performance in various surface conditions. In this list, important properties including resistant decarburization, resistant to cracking, hardness, machinability, toughness, and resistant to softening, and resistant to wear. For instance, M1 and T1 high-speed steel have very high hardness and wear resistance, which makes them suitable for cutting tools operating at high temperatures. Okay, next is table 5.8, which is the typical tool and die material used in various metalworking process. And the table connects different manufacturing operations such as die casting, powder metallurgy, forging, extrusion, rolling, and machining with the appropriate type of tool and die steel. Okay, next. Okay, maybe that's the presentation for chapter 5. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video. Thank you.